All right. All right, here we are. Welcome back, everybody. I'm so excited to have this starting again, and I think it's going to be really fun to see each other. I'm really excited about February when we're going to start meeting at my house and then Zooming with whoever can't be at my house. I think that'll be really fun. I posted a picture earlier today of my desk that needs a great detox, and my plan is to clean it all off so that we can all sit around my little table here and chat and have my computer up, and we can all just be around the table together. I think that'll be really fun. I'm excited about that. So we're going to go ahead and get started on our download session from Super Saturday. We may have a few other people join us here in a minute, but I don't know for sure. So we're just going to kind of go with this. So this last Saturday was Super Saturday for Plexus. It's the biggest Plexus event of the year. And we talked about some really fun and exciting things. And I'm just going to kind of ask the girls that are on here to share a little bit about what they learned, what they're excited about, and then I'll fill in anything else I think might be pertinent to talk about before we finish. And we want to keep this short because we have another call right after this. So we're going to get this talked out and downloaded a little bit before 8 o'clock. So, Sonia, I'm going to go ahead and open it up to you, and you can share anything, not to put you on the spot, but share anything that you had, aha moments, or things that you're really excited about for this year. Something that stood out to you. I think my favorite quote of the day, well, there was two Jennifer Leith quotes where she said that she had checked with somebody else about, oh, you didn't see the live one, so you didn't get this joke. You were watching it live in person. So anyway, so one of the presenters for the live one was Jennifer Leith, and she kept making comments about how she made some comment about, like, I took more time to pick out this dress than I did to pick out my husband. And then she would comment and say, well, I got his permission to tell that joke. Like, she had to get his permission to tell the joke about the dress. And then later she said, if it wasn't for Plexus, I wouldn't leave the house with a bra on. And she said that's an Alaka Clark approved joke. And so, like, she had to keep giving us these caveats, like, I did get this joke approved. She was hilarious, though. She was so fun. So, okay, Sonia, I'm going to unmute you, and Beth, I'll give you a turn here in just a minute, too. So go ahead, Sonia. What do you have?
So I was able to attend Super Saturday in Bellevue with Erin Zimmerman and Rebecca Folks, and both of them are pretty amazing ladies to hear from in person. They both have very different personalities that shine through, and so it was fun to kind of hear their different perspectives. But Rebecca spent some time talking about becoming a person of influence. And being someone that people admire and having qualities that other people want to aspire through. And she talked about how influential people know their stuff. They present well. And she was talking about how people don't have bad things to say about you. You're not out on social media spewing your stuff all over the place and whining and complaining. She talked about how Brenda Martin is an example of that. Like, she has never met anybody that has had a bad thing to say about Brenda. She conducts herself well. She is a person who has integrity and honesty and those types of things. And then she also talked about being genuine and the importance of building relationships. And one thing that she said that it's like, I know this, but I don't always remember this. She's like, it's not about you. Like, get over yourself. It's not about your rank or what your goals are. It's about the people that you're helping and making other people feel special and valued, and finding out how to do that for them specifically, because all of us are wired differently and have different ways that we, feel better about ourselves. And so that was one thing that really stuck with me, was the whole just being authentic, being genuine. And she spent some time talking about body language and how a lot of our communication isn't through the words that we use, it's through the tone that we use, and our posture. If I'm sitting here with my arms crossed and a very serious look on my face, rather than leaning in and listening and making eye contact and just being present and showing that person that you really do value them, and that you want to listen, and those types of things. So I could talk for probably a good half an hour, 45 minutes just on all the things. I took pages and pages of notes here for Saturday, but just trying to show people that you value them and really thinking about what are your reasons for doing this. And one of mine is, yes, I like to help people, and I yellow through and through. And so it's like when I see someone struggling and in need, it's like, I have something that can help you, but kind of finding that way to communicate. So I'm going to stop right there before I go on and on.
I like that. That was really good. And I think eye contact has a lot to do with that whole body language thing as well. Ben I want to say he read a book, but he listened to it. It's on Audible. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I think it's called The Power of Body Language or something like that, where it talks about what all the different things when people are doing with their body, how you can tell if they're lying, how you can tell if they're insincere by their body language, and just how much we say with, like you said, without even using words. I think Vanessa Van Edwards she's doing the Ruby retreat that they're doing in Franklin, Tennessee in February. She talks a lot about body language too. She has a YouTube channel. She has a lot of really interesting stuff on there. Vanessa Van Edwards, I think is her name. So if you want to learn more about body language, go check that out.
Yeah, they mentioned her YouTube, The Science of People, and checking that.
I have her book here somewhere. I took it on the trip, so it may still be in my pile of stuff I had on the trip. But somewhere I have her book. Anyway, it's in my pile on my desk that needs detox. It's here somewhere. Anyway, okay, let's give Beth a chance to tell what she is excited about and some of her aha moments. Go ahead, Beth.
Oh, there was just so much. I think also the intentionality and the body language. I have so many notes too. But the body language being effective, 55% is of our body language is nonverbal, and so I knew that was really a high point, but I didn't realize it was 55%. So I know that tone and inflection and belief; those are all so important. I dress appropriately, take what you do seriously, and be professional. Wear some mascara. I thought that was good. The 3 attributes of influential people: they know their stuff, they present well, with confidence, and they're genuine. Right. So these type of things. I have highlights, I have notes, and then I have stars by these. So I think Jennifer Lee said, be the strongest version of yourself. And I thought that was good. Don't try to be something different. Just be yourself, but be your best that you are. A person of influence. Do I make people feel good? Am I strong, capable? Do I make them feel strong and capable? So I think the great influencer I thought this was interesting. People want to follow me. I guess that was Jennifer Lee that said that, and influencing without authority. So I thought, to me, those type of things that were stated were really amazing. Yeah. So live for other people, be accountable. I have the ability to influence. Right. So those kind of things were just really what jumped out at me. Oh, I know, be an active listener. I learned that in a Bible study some years ago, and my friend who was teaching had talked about listening is part of communication, and you'd think by the time I was in my 40s I would know that, but so it was really interesting to hear, this. Again, it just verified, it just really verified to me. Don't miss an opportunity to hear what others are saying. Someone is sharing, we need to watch their language, their body language, and listen to their words. So really be, that's a huge part of communication is listening, being an active listener. So anyway.
I think part of that whole body language and being a good listener thing, like leaning in when somebody's talking, touching their arm. Sonia leans right up into the camera. So, like leaning forward and touching their arm as they're talking or as you're talking to them. I think that's huge with making connections too. And that's something I kind of tend to do naturally anyway. But something, Beth, I was thinking while you were talking was a lot of the things that you were saying as you're reading your notes. Those sound a lot like affirmations. Just saying. So,
oh yeah,
all the affirmations we've been talking about lately. I thought that was pretty appropriate. So I loved all.
Right, I have something in here about affirmations. Yeah. So
we're going to be talking more about affirmations in our group too, because that's just a big kick that I'm on all of a sudden. And I think, I read a lot of books about it, but I think I finally found one book that would be beneficial for all of us to do together. And so I'll talk about that. I don't actually have it in my hand, so I'll just tell you what it is. And then I'm hoping we can maybe do it in February as kind of a group study kind of thing. It's not a very long book, which is awesome. I'm not really sure how big it is, but it's not a very big book. But he talks a lot about why affirmations are important. And it's actually Noah St. John, and he does affirmations instead of affirmations. So they're questions instead of statements. And he explains why it's important to do questions instead of statements. It's about how come your brain wants to answer questions. If you're always saying to yourself, why am I so clumsy? Why can't I be on time? Your brain answers those questions and makes you clumsy and not on time. And so you want to make your brain ask questions, and then it will answer those questions. So I have listened to the book on Audible twice through now, and it's really, really good. And so I really would like to do that as a study for us and talk about affirmations and how important those are. So we will talk more about that soon. All right, I'm going to just real quick run through my notes here. A couple things that I wanted to point out. I love the stuff that you guys shared. One of the other things that I thought was interesting was one of you mentioned that we're here to help people. We want to be influencers because we have things to share that can help people. And I was listening to a call with Sonia and Helen today, and I think it was Helen that said, if we don't feel good about ourselves, how can we help other people feel good? And it's our job to help other people feel good. Like, that's not just our job as people, but as Plexus ambassadors especially, it's our job to help people feel amazing. Regardless, like whatever category they want to make it, they are amazing in all of these things because we can help them be that. The health and happiness, we've got the get your health right, get your finances right, and that leads to good happiness, right? So we have all those things covered, plus just being good human beings. We want to help other people feel important and make them feel good. But if we don't feel good about ourselves, how can we give them something we don't have? And so I think that's something that's really important to work on, and I think those affirmations will really help us with that. A couple things I want to point out just about, like, Jennifer was talking about influence and talking about being interested and not worrying so much about being interesting, but being interested. So asking good questions. She mentioned that how and why questions usually get better responses than like yes or no questions. You want people to have a conversation with you. You don't want to necessarily have them just say yes or no, and then that's the end. So you want to have more conversation. So like, how does that make you feel? Or why is that important to you? Or those kinds of things. You want to ask how and why questions. You want to meet people where they are and know that people come from different perspectives. If you haven't read the Color MLM personality book, you need to read it. I think I have that one here in my file too. Anyway, it's really good, and it helps give perspective on how other people see things. And I'm one of those people, like, my way I see the world is the right way to see it. If you don't see it my way, then something is wrong with you. And that's not very helpful having a conversation with people. So I need to be able to work on that and see, people come from different backgrounds than mine. People have other experiences than mine, and they have different things that are important to them. And so I need to make sure that I'm taking all of that into consideration. One more comment on the body language thing is I'm waving my hands around, is when they talked about how, you have your hands out so people know you're safe. So it's a good thing to talk with your hands, just so you know. Rosalind Payne was the other presenter that we had, and she talked about taking that influence and turning it into action, and how your actions will follow your belief. And if you're hung up on something, like, are you afraid of success? Or there's a lot of different questions that you could ask yourself, and it just really reminds me of our What to Say When You Talk to Yourself book. That he has this whole list of, let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on, it's the end of this chapter. Okay. So your programming creates your beliefs create your attitudes create your feelings determine your actions, and your actions create your results. So if you deal with your programming, which is the whole affirmations, working on what's in your brain, then all the rest of that's going to go in a better way. So I just thought that was interesting how she said your actions will follow your belief. And it really is that programming that creates that belief that creates all those other things that lead to the results. She talked about being positive and how negativity can destroy your business and your team. And it's so true. I think that I love our team because of that. Like, there is no drama on, like, even our bigger team. There's no drama. There's other people. Charlotte talks about it all the time. That they're in jewel groups, and some of the jewels will just talk about how there's so much complaining and so much drama on their teams, and we don't have that. And I think that we're just so blessed because of that. I think it's awesome. Another thing Roz talked about was about how activity creates engagement, and people want to be with worker bees. And another book that we're going through now is Jumpstart Your Leadership, and he talks about he says leadership credibility grows when you and your team are productive. The key to building a winning team is recognizing, selecting, and retaining the best people from the ones that you attract, because you're going to attract across the board. You know, some great, some average, some mediocre. But the difference comes when you build them into a team, and that's why you need to produce personally and lead by example. And so being a good producing engagement or activity increases engagement, which means people want to be a part of that activity. And then she led into that call, led from that into the role of a sponsor and things that we need to do to help our team grow and help our customers get the results that they're looking for. I'm going to cut that short really quick because I wanted to talk a couple of things before we end here in just a few minutes. This is the 10-year anniversary of Plexus this year, and I think that's pretty exciting. I wanted to make sure we got that out there because I know that I'm sure they will have some fun things going on this year because of that. They are starting it off with a bang this month with if you register for Super Saturday, you got 2 promo codes for free enrollment so you can give to people. And I know I mentioned this in our little chat that we had, but I want to put it on the video too so other people know about this idea, is even though you only have 2 coupon codes for the 100% of the $34.95, there's other things that you can do. Don't just contact 2 people and say, okay, I talked to 2 people, and if they don't say yes, then the coupon codes are going to go to waste. Don't let those go to waste. Go find somebody who wants them. The other thing is, if you run out of coupon codes and you have more people interested than just 2, you can do go halvesies on it. Say, you know, I'm out of the 100% coupon for the membership fee, but I've got some 50% ones. And so when you get your business building bonus from them signing up, you can give that to them, part of it to them, and that will cover their 50% of their joining fee. So they still get a deal, and you still get to use a coupon, and you're not running out of anything, you know. So I think that's a really good idea. The other thing is the subscriptions. The welcome pack deal, like the 10% off a welcome pack. So on a $99 welcome pack, they get $10 off. On a $199 welcome pack, they get $20 off. So that's a really good deal, but that only goes to the 26th. Don't forget that. It doesn't go to the end of the month. The other thing they're doing is the subscription thing. If you have for 3 months, January, February, and March, if you have your subscription on at 130 PV, then you get free shipping, which is an awesome deal. And most of us are ordering that anyways because we've got our Triplex and our Mega X and our X Factor. You know, we've got plenty to cover that. If you don't have that much, then maybe try something new. Then you get free shipping, and it kind of helps pay for the new product that you're trying. And it's really fun to try some new products because you never know what you're going to get, and they're all good. The other thing I wanted to say about that is, for me, I wait until I get paid, and then I figure out what I want to order. Plus, if I didn't run out of BioCleanse, I don't always order BioCleanse and, you know, all that. So I figure out what I want to do. But I'm going to go ahead and set up my subscription order and then just go in like the week ahead and tweak it how I need to before it goes out. That way I still get the control over what I order, but I still get the free shipping. So win-win. And then the fourth thing that they're doing is any customer who has 100 PV or more also gets free shipping this month. And that's new customers and existing customers. I think it automatically takes it out of their, it automatically takes the shipping off for people who have a preferred customer subscription order, as long as it's 100 PV or more. And then new people, I think there's a shipping code, free ship or something. It's in your back office if you want to know what that is. But you can use that to get them free shipping. So there's a lot of good things going on just this month. There's a convention contest that started that's amazing. There's information on all this stuff in your back office. Go check it out. And I'm really excited to get back on and do these things with you guys. We're not going to do it every week, but we'll do whenever the Spark Call is not happening. That's the weeks we'll do it. So we'll just kind of keep up on their schedule and figure out when we'll do ours. So, and I'll post them in our group when we're going to be doing them and let you guys have a couple, like maybe a week in advance at least, hopefully. But depending on when they get their schedule out is when I will let you know when ours are going to be. And I'm really excited to have y'all here when we can do that in February. And it's going to be fun. I'm so excited for this year. I know God's got big things for all of us. And I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute everybody so we can say good night. And thanks, guys, for coming on and sharing what you were excited about, what you learned at Super Saturday. I am super excited about this year. Love you all. Thanks for jumping on here tonight.
Thanks, Yvonne, for running this. Yes, I appreciate it.
Have a good night, girls. And we love you, and I love doing this, so I'm excited to get started doing it again. Have a great week, you guys.
Well,
we'll next time.
You're wonderful. Thanks. Good night, Sonia.
Good night.
Meeting next week, so keep that on your calendars. So, all right.
Okay, we'll do. Thanks.
Good night.